There is no question that bearding has become a major competitive sport, but let us never forget that competitive bearding is not just about fame and fortune. There are millions of men who may never make it to a national contest. At most, they will participate in a local beard competition, but they grow their beards for personal satisfaction. They do it to be part of the fraternity. They do it because it is who they are. This is the story of one such contest. The Haddam Neck Fair began as a small agricultural fair in rural Connecticut in 1911. Over the next century, it grew and grew. Now, over Labor Day weekend 2011, it has reached its 100th anniversary, and for the last 5 years, the Haddam Neck Fair has hosted a beard contest, the only one, as far as I know, at any Connecticut state fair. Indeed, the only one I know of in Connecticut at all. This year's competition has drawn 10 competitors. One newcomer to this competition is Dustin, who recently founded the Greater Hartford Beard and Mustache Club of Hartford.
I started growing my beard about a year ago, and then I shaved it off and kept my mustache, and went with just a mustache for a while, and decided to grow back a little beard. It sounds so cliche, but it's not all about winning. It's about having a good time, and growing a beard and growing a mustache is one of the most fun things I can think of. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing these other competitors and seeing some other great beards from.
Multiple Santas have also thrown their beards into the ring. This longtime Santa previously competed at Haddam Neck and even won a few years ago.
I've had a beard for over 20 years. I was asked to do Santa in the elementary school. I've been doing it ever since.
This Santa has also previously competed at the Haddam Neck Fair, and he won first place last year, a feat he'd like to repeat. Of course, being Santa, he's very gracious about it.
Good, only because it's 100 years anniversary. Beyond that, it's just fun.
Then there is this Santa. He's also competed at Haddam Neck several years, but has yet to win. But like a true Santa, he takes it in stride.
It's all in good fun. As long as everybody has fun, that's all I care.
Also competing is Paul, who has been growing his beard for 26 years but never entered a beard contest before. And Glenn, who has previously taken second and third in this contest and has been growing his beard for 20 years.
Well, I started with the mustache as a brush off from a former girlfriend. And then I just decided I didn't want to shave anymore, so I started growing the beard. Well, a friend of mine, female friend, doesn't like it, but I told her, I said, I play Santa Claus plus I enter the beard contest, so I says, you don't like it? You know? It shouldn't, I said, I don't tell you how to wear your hair. I like your hair longer than it is, but you like it short, so, you know, I'm not going to change you, and you're not going to change me.
Then there's David, who has competed in all 5 Haddam Neck beard competitions to date, but has never won. He doubted he would do any better this year against the Santa powerhouses. Even so, he was happy to share his favorite story about how there can be more to a beard than meets the eye.
I was down in Antigua 2 years ago in April for a kite festival, and my friend Calvin, who runs the kite festival, introduced me to the minister of his church, and a 60-some-year-old Rastafarian man, and he had a very neatly trimmed beard, and he came over to me and he says, "Man, that beard is awesome," in his accent that he has. And I said, "Well, if you let yours go for a while, it can look like this." And he very casually reached up underneath and untucked big long braids that hung down, that he had his beard all tucked up nice and make it look good. And so he knew what it was like to have a long beard.
Finally, it was time for the contest to begin. The crowd gathered in eager anticipation. And as the contestants took the stage, we at last got a look at all of the competitors. But who the heck are these guys? I mean, yes, they are bearded, but compared to the other guys, well, their beards are about as boring as mine on the left there. I understand that there are no wrong beards, only beards that are uniquely right in their own special ways. But still, I can't help but hope that the more distinctive beards do better. In any event, the judging took quite a long time, and it was getting uncomfortable out in the summer heat. But eventually the judges began announcing the category winners. First there was longest beard. Then fullest beard. Neatest beard. And finally, best mustache and sideburns. After a brief pause for a photo op for the category winners, the judges got down to the business of announcing the overall placings. Although I admit I would have had others before him, this gentleman came in 6th. I was equally surprised when his friend came in 5th. The Santa who won last year found himself in 4th place. By this point, for some reason, the announcer was rushing through the placing so fast that the staff gave up trying to hand out the ribbons. But there was a tie for third between Paul with the long beard and, inexplicably to my mind, the gentleman with the hat. Second place went to this Santa. And then the announcer announced that first place went to Dustin of the Greater Hartford Beard and Mustache Club of Hartford, while a special Best in Show prize went to David. But as is so often the case in the bearding world, the controversy did not end with the end of the show, even as the Santas said their goodbyes and offered their congratulations to Dustin. And even as Dustin graciously accepted the burdens of fame that come with any bearding victory, it became evident that there may have been some confusion between the judges and the announcer.
I didn't really win Best in Show. They gave me the wrong ribbon. I ended up first. I was quite surprised. I got a free T-shirt and a blue ribbon.
Did Dustin really win as the announcer proclaimed? Did the judges incorrectly hand the first place ribbon and prizes to David? Or did the announcer misspeak and was David in fact the true winner? We may never know the truth. But, to be honest, it seems that both David and Dustin embody the true beardsman spirit, and each were just happy to be there on this beautiful day.
I feel really great. It was a great group of guys. Definitely some very stiff competition. Some really awesome long beards, some really big bushy beards, multiple Santas, which is always tough competition. And I guess the judges liked what they saw.
So another competition enters the history books, and a good time was had by all. But remember, while this poor fellow at the fair had no choice, you do. So think before you shave, and remember, you too can beard for America.